Hi everyone, I just want to take a minute or two to go over lab number 2 with you, which will be density. So the first thing you'll need to do is watch this video, and this will be sort of giving you an example of a lab you might have performed if we were face to face. It's a pretty cool experiment where you put some liquids into a container and you actually see the layers separate out based on their density. Second thing you need to do is to watch this second video, and this talks about a use of density and how it can be helpful in determining the identity of a substance. It also explains how to calculate it, some things like that. Okay, and then what you'll actually be doing in the experiment is you will launch this density simulator, and it's going to give you a message, just say attempt, and then when you get to the screen, depending on your computer, whether you have things enabled or not, you may have to play around with those settings, but here I just need to say allow, and the simulator should load. So there's a few things here. So the first thing it gives you is just a wooden block, and you can kind of play with it. And notice the units here are kilograms per liter. That'll be important when you're answering the questions later. And what you can do is you can change the density or change the mass and the volume while keeping the density the same. You can change some materials, like you can make it a brick, for instance. You can also have some blocks that have the same mass, but notice they're different sizes. You can also make them so that the same volume but different masses. You can make them so that they have the same density, but notice they're different masses and they're also different volumes. And then lastly, you have these mystery blocks. And notice here to the left we have a balance, so you can get the mass of each one. And then to get the actual volume, if you notice when nothing is in the pool, it's 100 liters. And when I drop something in, that changes. So now it's 101 liters. Okay, so if you take the difference between those two, you'll know the volume. Okay, so that's the little simulator. And if we come back to the Canvas site, you will see some questions. So you can copy these into Word, and then you will just submit the file to Meet to Grade. Okay, so there's a couple questions for you to answer, and then I've asked you to answer or to find the mass, the volume, and the density of blocks A through E. And when I mean A through E, what I mean is under the mystery tab. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Remember, if you have any trouble, you can email me or stop by my office hours on Thursdays.